absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see them as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Rita, you were amazing. I do think that worked. What's happening on this beautiful, beautiful day? Steve, Jeff, everyone, thank you all for doing the things and being here. Belvrita is racing around the place. There's dog walking. There is gun acquiring. All sorts of magic and madness and mayhem that are occurring, as is normal in the I Love Lucy world of Belvrita. Yes.
Crazy world of Sean Callaghan.
I know not of what you speak. So here's what we're doing today. Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. We start with some introductions, then get to some fun facts. In your fun fact, we're going to ask you for a headline, something that could be an adventurous moment, a proud moment, a surprising moment. And the headline, as Bella articulated already, is not, oh, so I was born here, and then this happened, and that happened, and this happened because of that. It sounds much more like this. I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive. So that's it, like headline, beautiful. And we're looking for something, again, that could be adventurous, surprising, silly, fun, whatever it is. And we're exploring the superpower of integrous influence. But let's get to the amazing folks that are here today on this fun Friday. So Belvrita.
I'm going to get to these amazing folks, but the computer's not charging. So we might die in the middle of this introduction.
Okay, so let's go.
Okay. Let's go from Delray Beach, Florida. Served in the Army for 21 years, focusing on military intelligence and threat analyst after emerging from Jamaica. Earned a doctorate in computer science and technology, along with dual master's degree in data and cybersecurity. Worked as a government data scientist, program manager, while also funding a company to empower veterans through AI. Let's welcome to the show, Andre Byfield. I think this is one smart move.
Andre, thank you for your service. Appreciate you. And welcome to the Heart of Influence on this fun Friday. And please, Andre, what is your fun fact?
I can still recite the first 20 elements of the periodic table.
Whoa. What's the first one?
Pardon?
What is the first one?
Hydrogen.
Yes, that is amazing. You have beaten Bella and I combined. Andre, congratulations. Are you ready to have a little bit of fun today? Much easier than memorizing the periodic table. Are you ready, Andre?
Yes, I am.
Let's go.
Let's go. From Palm Beach Gardens, founded a business in Palm Beach Garden offering accounting, financial guidance to small and mid-sized firms, a seasoned CPA specializing in cash flow management, strategic planning, and risk assessment. providing tailored financial strategies for growth, builds lasting relationships based on trust and transparency, enabling clients to make an informed financial choices. Let's welcome to the show, Patricia Latanaya.
Diana. Nice to meet you.
Patricia, welcome. Appreciate you being here very, very much. And what is your fun fact, please, Patricia?
I was a city girl in Miami, and now I have a farm with bees and chickens and goats that I manage.
Ooh, this is super fun. What is your favorite animal on the farm?
I have a goat. His name is Chavo, and he is like a dog. He comes over and he wants to get pet, and he just very curious, always wanting to know what's going on. So he is my favorite.
Yeah, that's what Bella says about me. So perfect. Welcome to the party, Patricia. Appreciate you. Bella Verita, are we charging or not?
We are not charging.
Okay, I got you. I always provide the solution. So please.
From Houston, Texas, in the startup space for 10 years, founder of 2 acquired companies and CTO for several others, focus on fintech, developing products and processes to enhance organizational growth and opportunities, potentially moving into AI tech and governance to shape future implementations across industries. Let's welcome to the show, Andre Norman.
I would say my fun fact is I actually failed coding in college, and my first job out of college was coding, surprisingly. And ever since then, I love it. I can read code as if it's the Matrix, and I can't imagine I failed it in college. So that's a pretty fun fact.
So failed coding college, and then your first job was in coding. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That is quite fun and entertaining. Andre, are you ready to have some fun?
Yeah, I did. I do. Thank you.
Welcome to the party.
Thanks.
From Palmetto Beach, Florida, born in Haiti, moved to Texas and developed a passion for tennis during his earlier years. After college, relocated to Florida with his wife and son, welcoming their daughter and discovering a love for biking, balancing a career in software engineering while being lovingly managed by his family at home. Let's welcome to the show, Dominique Northside.
Dominique, welcome to the party. Bella is my manager. I feel you, I hear you, and please, your fun fact.
You got it. My fun fact is that you can actually go from marbles to tennis and enjoy a sense of fulfillment in life. So my story is when I was in Haiti, I was the worst marble player. I'm talking about like the worst marble player. And when I moved to America and Texas, the first thing I realized is that I won all the marbles in elementary school from every single kid that I knew. And from there, I was able to buy my first set of tennis rackets by myself and my first selling, these marbles door to door that I had won. And I think it really explored how America is a great opportunity of salesmanship, learning how to meet people and enjoying life in general. So that's my story, from marbles to tennis.
Well, that's beautiful, but I thought the moral to the story is you're a marble hustler. Is that what
That's right. I'm glad you're listening between the lines.
Let's go, Bill.
That's for sure.
Marble hustlers in the house. Next up, from Lake Worth, Florida, New York native, now in Florida for 18 years, focused on providing his family with enriching experiences, passionate about sales, marketing, and operational efficiency, with a background in dispute resolution and ombudsman, advocate for clear expectations in business through and through understanding of details. Let's welcome to the show, Paul McLeod.
Paul, welcome. Thank you for being here on this beautiful Fun Friday and your fun fact, Paul.
Hi, thanks for having me. My fun fact is that I free climbed 200-foot cliff face when I was 20 years old.
How high?
200 feet.
Like no ropes?
no ropes, free climb.
Dude, that is some bad A stuff. Congratulations on that. This will be easier than that, I guarantee you, unless Bella gets mad at you, then it gets worse. Bella Rita, let's go.
Let's do it. From from Port Pierce, Florida, build hundreds of websites, including a 100-page site for regulatory compliance in NYC, develop checked-in systems and patent onboarding platforms, market various professional services, successfully scaling a local Subsinox doctor business, supports the community by collaborating with colleges and offering low-cost services to local nonprofits, including free clinic and low-income residents. Let's welcome to a show, Jeff Clanton.
Jeff, what's going on, brother? This
Come on,
is
Bella.
of heart, integrity, impact, all the most beautiful things. Thanks for creating the value of putting these people together today. And please, your fun fact.
So fun fact about me, I mentioned earlier that, I had a drum instructor. When I was around 18, 19, I was in a group. We got onto a bus, traveled around the country for 3 months straight, playing in shows around the country in places like in the Buffalo Bills Stadium, Indianapolis Colts Stadium, and stadiums all over the country. And it was the first time I'd ever been away from my family. And it was something that was super impactful to this day. Watching the shows brings tears to my eyes.
Well, brother, thank you for that. And are you ready to do the things today?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go get it. Bella Rita.
Next up, from West Palm Beach, Florida, specializes in transforming ideas into outcomes and simplifying complexities with a focus on content strategy, messaging frameworks, leads monetizations efforts for major data organizations, integrating over 80,000 content pieces and ensuring compliance and governance. Combines expertise in machine learning and data science with a passion for creating scalable processes that drive excellence. Let's welcome to the show, Steve Kent.
Steve, welcome to Your Heart of Influence. Ditto. Integrity, impact, heart with these dudes. And please, your fun fact.
I went to a camping trip when I first started as a Cub Scout leader, and I did not have first aid training. I did not have a Band-Aid. And in the spirit of anything worth doing is worth overdoing, I'm now a wilderness EMT. I'm trained in search and rescue. I'm trained in emergency and disaster management. And absolutely the first person you should choose if you have to have a zombie apocalypse survival team.
Well, and if you were at the gunfight at the OK Corral, between the Clantons and the Earps, would you have been able to stop it?
I would have made a great field medic for them.
That is perfect. Survival would have happened, Bella Rita.
Survival would have happened.
Clanton brothers in the house.
Clanton brothers are in the house. Are you ready to make a switch?
Not yet. I want to introduce you first.
Okay.
This woman seated to my right began her career at Influence and technology, I believe. Actually, is rocking us today. As an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. By the age of 19, think of these 3 words: 19, network marketing, 7 figures. They don't go together except with Bella Rita, 7-figure business generator in the space of network marketing at 19 years old, 24, 25, and 26. The repeating like Jordan, but not in hoops, but instead in business brokerage. In a male-dominated industry, she was the first woman ever to be #1, Nevada's #1 business broker, let alone 3 straight times, and a 24 youngest person, male or female, Bella Rita was ever to do it. Began to train entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 companies. In fact, in 2019, every sales team she worked with doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer. Maybe she learned it from a blind man. I think this week it is. We'll see about next. Or maybe she learned it on YouTube. She is also a philanthropist, raising $10 million plus with the Unblinded Team for charity. 2-time, about to be 3-time published author, who also in 2023 vulnerably and courageously battled and defeated cancer. And on the Clanton brothers' Heart of Influence, this woman put the heart in it. And let's welcome her to the stage, Bella Rita. Fun fact.
I'm going to go with the fun fact that this is my first time meeting the Clanton brothers.
That is amazing. And I want to share this fun fact that we are in the space where Doc Holliday's life ended in the great state of Colorado. And you know, the intersection with the Clanton brothers, Colorado. Can you feel me?
I can feel you.
Let's go.
I
Let's
can
go.
feel you.
Thanks. Yes. So, Bella, shall we do the things?
We shall do the things.
Yeah.
But I will introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He's only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. And in fact, the state of New Jersey thought he was so cool that they actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on stages, he's an incredible philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million for refugees in Ukraine. Let's welcome our co-host, Sean Callagy.
Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody, for being here today on this fun Friday. And I will go. I gave the I'm a blind man, ... before. I think I will go with this. I was surfing a little over a year ago in Long Beach Island, New Jersey, which was the site of the original Jaws shark attack, when Peter Benchley would later write about. And I hit something as I was surfing, and it turned out to be a shark that bit my surfboard. So that is my fun fact. I had my surfboard bitten by a shark. I wouldn't say attack, because I think I hit it and then it bit back, but that is my fun fact.
That is a super fun fact. I'm so glad that it didn't eat you.
Yes, I am very, very thankful.
Yes.
Yes. And who's going first?
Let's kick this off with Andre, because he's a little bit curious. And so let's like pique his curiosity even more.
Let's go.
He's just a curious human in general.
In general.
Yes.
So Andre, Bella's going to be anybody I want her to be, because everything, did I say everything? Yes, everything happens after we cause yes. Whether it's in our management, leadership, marketing, selling, recruiting, fundraising, for profit, not for profit, anything in life, including whether or not we go to Buffalo Bill's grave tomorrow, happens after convincing Bella's dad yes. So everything happens after yes. So to illustrate this, in our 1400th plus episode being on here today, Andre, Bella's going to be anybody you want her to be. Heck, she could be one of the ERPs that you're trying to convince to come along to the gunfight at the OK Corral. She could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. She could be Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, anyone that you want to be creating a yes with. Footnote, this is not Pitch Hook Close, yuck. This is not Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room, but instead, how do we open the listening of people? How do we touch their hearts? And how do we at least create a longer meeting or conversation? It does not have to be the ultimate yes or certainly not a sale. So please, Andre, who would you like Bella to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
Sean Callagy.
Whoa. Let's go.
All right. Hello, this is Sean.
Hello, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing all right, Andre. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I've heard quite a bit about you. Did they ever call you Daredevil, or was that a Marvel movie made off you? Because you've done so much, and you're blind, an attorney, and all that.
That is very flattering. And yes, some people think I am quite adventurous for a blind man.
That's awesome. I admire all the things you've achieved.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So tell me a little bit about how do you go around like influencing people to reach their full potential, given everything that you've accomplished?
How do I influence people to reach their full potential? Was that the question?
Yes.
I would say, first by leading by example, right? And I come from a peak performance background, a peak performance sports background. I, wrestled, I played baseball. I was a Division I athlete. I was captain of the baseball team and always pushed myself to be the best and set the example first. And then by being the example, showing people if I can do it, then they can do it. And if I wouldn't consider myself that smart, but I just know if I can do it, others can do it. And there's a formula. There's a formula for everything that we want in life. And I teach that. I live that formula and I teach that formula.
That's great. That's awesome. Will you be able to Coach me as well.
I could definitely. What would you like to be coached in? Are you like looking to get coached in like how to clip your toenails, or are you looking to, business, baseball? What is it that you're looking for?
Yeah, build relationships, long-standing relationships, and help to grow my business as well.
Well,
Yeah,
I can guarantee you this. I would bet you $1 million that there is nobody better on the face of this planet that could teach, train, coach, and actualize you, my friend, in building integrous relationships based in truth to scale your money, time, and magic.
that's what I heard. I beginning to see that just based on your personality. So that's awesome.
Let's do it. How did I do it, Sean? How did I do answering those questions as Sean Callaghy?
I'm going to retire. Andre, that was very flattering. Thank you for those very, very kind words. And yes, I have been compared to both Daredevil and Batman because bats also don't see well. But thank you. It was really, really kind and received with gratitude. And Bella's right. I mean, I'm not that smart. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. It's a practice, and there's very specific ways and means to do it. And we'll give you some gifts at the end of today, Andre, that'll get you on the way to doing those things. So thank you. Very kind of you. Bella.
Next up, we have Patricia.
Patricia, who would you like Bella Verita to be?
So what exactly am I supposed to make her to do?
Say yes.
Say yes.
To anything that makes sense for you. So it could be, for example, she could be an ideal client, charitable fundraising partner. Yes. So who would you like her to be, Patricia?
I guess for one of my clients that I'm trying to get them into like a right fit meeting, to have a coffee together.
Cool. And what type of, does she own a company? Just tell me.
Yeah, a small business owner, maybe having financial problems that I can hopefully help with.
Perfect.
I'm going to switch real quick because this is at 1%.
Yeah, do it.
So give me 2 seconds. All right.
Small business owner Bella, take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'd like to know a little bit about yourself. What kind of business do you have?
I've been in business for about 15 years now in the sales training space and recruiting space. I've been recruiting salespeople and placing salespeople for about 15 years now.
How's that going for you?
I would say it's going, pretty good, pretty decent.
What kind of struggles do you find that you have with that kind of business?
Well, I think, in sales is, salespeople will always go where the money is. So salespeople are not the most loyal people typically. They like to make money, and so they will go wherever the money goes. So, if we place a salesperson with someone in particular, and then they get offered another deal, they may take that deal because it could be more money. And then, and then we've got to go find the client another salesperson. So just, being able to keep clients happy, I would say is the biggest challenge because I really want to be able to keep people happy.
So it's employee loyalty, that how to keep your employees engaged in what you're selling and maybe feeling more than just money's involved, or maybe you need more money to get them to stay.
No, because when you place a salesperson, they go with the company, and so then it's not because my customers are always happy. They're until that salesperson leaves, and then I need to find them someone new, and then there's a higher turnover.
So you're having a high turnover of your sales employees?
Yeah. And then what it is that you do? Because I only have like a minute to go, and so what is it?
So I have a financial background, and I specialize in helping businesses be more profitable and create better revenues. So that's what I specialize in.
Got it. So and you come in and you look at books, or how does that work? You look at marketing?
I look at the business in general, and if that is, I think I could maybe help you understand what's going on in your business and how to improve your employee morale. And if that is interesting to you, I would love to have coffee with you and maybe talk a little bit more about your business and how I can help out.
Yeah, I'm definitely open to some coffee and see where things go from there.
Yeah, love to learn more about you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Andre. And Bella, let's get to the feedbackers.
Let's get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Andre or Patricia, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then a little like next step. Is that next step you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation with Patricia or Andre? But I don't think anybody wants a root canal on Friday, so maybe that next step is just like Patricia said, a little cup of coffee, a little mocha chocolate latte at Starbucks for a little bit longer of a meeting. If that's not enough time, then you would be willing to rent a private room at the Capitol Grill, getting a seafood tower and the nice juicy steak. And if that's still not enough time, then you would rent a private jet. And of course, that would pick up the Clanton brothers and fly anywhere in the world. That'd be the longest meeting possible with Andre or Patricia. And so let's kick it off with Paul. And Paul, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Andre?
Sure. Andre, I thought you did an amazing job getting to yes pretty much right away with the daredevil compliment. It was pretty slick and opened up the conversation right away. So I was impressed by that. You done your homework and you came in with humor and kind of very friendly. So I thought that was done well.
Yeah, Paul.
Me personally.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what would your next step be? A little cup of coffee, maybe with some cider donuts for Halloween, or a Capitol Grill dinner, maybe even a private jet. What would be next for you, Paul?
I'd give him somewhere in there. Yeah, I'd be at the Capitol Grill.
Let's go. Capitol Grill, seafood tower, steaks coming up. And Paul, what would be your steak of choice?
I actually don't eat steak, so I would get the fish.
Oh, nice. What would be your fish of choice?
Probably sea bass if I was at the Capitol Grill.
Sea bass for Paul coming up, Bella Rita.
Sea bass for Paul.
We have that in common, by the way.
What was that?
What, Andre?
Paul and I have that in common. I don't eat steak. I have fish.
What will be your fish of choice, Andre? I'll go with sea bass times 2. Let's go.
Sea bass times 2. Next up, let's go, Dominique. Dominique, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Patricia?
For Patricia, you focus very well on making sure that you articulated what your business is about. So I got a good sense of your mission. So while you were trying to get her to say yes, I learned a lot about you. You kept her focused. You kept everybody here entertained. So I appreciate that. And we got to know a lot about your business and who you are. So I enjoyed your inquiry.
Awesome. Dominique, thank you. And your next step, we're looking at, maybe a little follow-up phone call or a cup of coffee, seafood towers, sea bass or steak, or a private jet. What's next?
Another Zoom call.
Another Zoom call.
All right.
If we sent you donuts, would you eat them?
You send me donuts. As long as I've had enough sugar. So I'll think of something more coffee. Coffee with
We'll go with sugar-free coffee.
Sugar-free coffee. Let's go.
There we go. Cuban
coffee. That's fun. Let's do Andre. How about Andre Norman? How about you giving some 30 seconds of feedback for Andre Byfield?
I thought he did great. He was, I guess really inquisitive to get to the yes that he was looking for. Yeah, short and sweet is probably the best way I can explain it. It's quick. That makes sense.
What would the next step be for you?
I would do coffee. I'd do, cup of coffee with him.
Yes. And Andre, do you know why Bella's very happy that you just went?
No.
Because Paul, Dominique, and Andre spell PDA. And that's what she's gonna be looking for. all day. So thank you, Andre. Let's go, Belgrita.
Oh yes, I like it. More please. Let's go. Jeff, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Patricia?
So I would say that one of the things is that, she put a lot of focus on you at the beginning, and she used, questions to really identify what your problems were and how she could effectively help you. I thought that was very good. I guess a little bit of feedback that I would give is I noticed that when she got through the power of the questions and went into her, what she could do for you, I noticed that the words "think I can help you" crept in there a little bit. Maybe a little bit of lack of certainty. But other than that, I think she did a good job of bringing out what your problems were and seeing how to align with it based on, putting you in the focus and asking a lot of questions.
Awesome. Great
I
job,
would
Jeff.
definitely,
Appreciate that.
have coffee.
Let's go. And what kind of coffee? Like the sugar-free coffee, the Cuban coffee, a mocha choco latte? What do you got?
I'm just a boring black coffee guy.
Let's go. And with like donuts, cider donuts go along with that, or no cider donuts?
I'm diabetic, so I got to do everything sugar-free.
No cider donuts.
No cider donut.
No cider donuts. How about sugar-free that are non-carb? Let's go, Belgrita.
Let's go. Next up, we got Stephen Clanton. Stephen, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Patricia?
So I really like how she started with questions and tried to get into challenges, understanding what your challenges were. She really did understand. And then in the end, when you were like, I've only got a minute left, I felt like she did a good, quick pivot to an easy yes. And it was, really short and succinct and easy to say yes to. Could you just have a cup of coffee? I really like that. I would have gone with a little more attempt to build rapport early on so she could get you to be more open and honest, but I thought it was pretty good.
Nice. Thanks for that, Steve. Steve, you know what time it is? Jeff, you know what time it is? This outlaw is going to try to put me on the hot seat. He thinks because Andre and Patricia did this, it is only hospitable for me to do this. Keeping with our cowboy theme, Outlaw Bella, over to you.
Yes, keeping with the cowboy theme. So Patricia, Andre, and everyone, this is the time in the show that I get to put my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about because I've been cooking them up as the show has been going on. Jeff, Stephen, you guys get to choose whatever scenario Sean goes from hello to yes on. You can change anything about my scenarios, or you can scrap them all together and come up with something much, much harder on your own. Are you ready to hear what I have for today?
Let's do it.
All right. So keeping with the cowboy theme, we are going to pretend that Doc Holliday is alive and he is a veteran. And so Sean is going to be Andre role-playing, going from hello to yes with Doc Holliday. And I took my dad. So my dad is also a veteran and is in town. The first thing that he from Texas, the first thing that he wanted to do when he got here was for me to take him to the cannabis store across the street, which happens to be a veteran-owned business. So it'll be going from the hello to yes with Doc Holliday to invest in a dab franchise, being Andre. So that is option number one. Option number two is, Sean is a big Mets fan. And so last night was a huge win. But I learned that Alonso is like contract is up. So option number two is I thought Sean could go from hello to yes with Alonso, convincing him to stay with the Mets no matter how much he's offered anywhere else. He would want to stay with the Mets for the legacy. So that is option number two, because I'm assuming, I am projecting after last night, his value went up quite a bit. So that would be option number two. And then option number three is there was definitely some tragedy that was hit with Hurricane Helena. And I know that Ashton Kutcher lives in the Asheville area. So I thought option number three is Sean could role play going from hello to yes with Ashton Kutcher to get $1 million donation for Helena relief. So those are the three options I have for you, Clanton Brothers. Any of those tickle your fancy, or do you have something much, much harder you'd like to see Sean do?
I'm not gonna lie, option one seems very fun.
Option number one. So, and
I
then
like
Steve, if
option
you
two,
agree?
but staying, staying with the Mets is too easy. I would say that we need to get him to move to the Pirates.
Okay, so wait, that was option number two. So are we saying option number one or option number two?
We'll go option two.
Okay, so Sean is gonna go from hello to yes with Alonso to leave the Mets and go to the Pirates. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what I'm hearing, yes.
This is gonna be very challenging for him. I think he might have. I think this might be the hardest scenario on.
All of this.
And then, who do you guys want to play, Pete Alonso?
Can we do Paul?
Paul, are you up for playing Pete Alonso?
I'll give it a shot.
All right, take us in.
I am sickened and heartbroken. Yeah. Hi, is Mr. Alonso available?
Yes, this is Mr. Alonso.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Alonso. This is Bella Verita, and we had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. I'm very grateful for you being here, but is it still a good time for you?
Yeah, this is good.
Okay. And as you know, Mr. Alonso, I'm sure your representatives will talk to you. I'm the general manager now of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I know you know who you are. I just want you to know that I know who you are. And who you are to me is the greatest power hitter in Major League Baseball, period. And somebody who's been unbelievably loyal to his team and committed and has done nothing but bring a raise of the identity of the New York Mets to the team. So congratulations on that. But from that place, what is it that's even prompting you to accept this conversation? I'm so grateful, but why did we have this conversation, Mr. Alonso?
I mean, can we just clarify, am I the greatest power hitter of all time in your mind, or just right now?
I'm always going to be straight with you. You're not yet the greatest power hitter of all time, because that's got to stand the test of time. But in the first 5 years of your career, especially setting the rookie home run record, I'll go with this: the greatest first 5 years of any power hitter of all time, poised to potentially be baseball's greatest all-time power hitter. How does that seem as a representation?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Awesome. Yeah. So why, Mr. Alonso, did you take this call in the first place?
Well, I've always been a frugal guy growing up, and I've learned to shop around. So, I'm curious what you have to offer. That's
Was there
really
any other things that are involved in? Well, let me ask you this: what's your ultimate why, Mr. Alonso? What's the legacy piece for you? How does this all? How do you want to be remembered as a player? And what's it all about from here?
Now that I've made it to my goals that I've already accomplished, my next goals are to continue being the best person I could be. So, I want to continue being great and see what that adds up to. As you said, it has to stand the test of time. So now that I've shown that I can accomplish these short-term goals, I want to be a legend.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. So from that place of achieving legendary status, can I share a couple of quick things that may or may not resonate with you, Mr. Alonso? Okay. So we're a small market team with the Pittsburgh Pirates. We haven't won a World Series since Willie Stargell, Dave Parker, Bill Madlock in the We Are Family days of 1979. New York is a major market, and you've done an incredible job handling that type of pressure and that absence of gratitude that occurs at a lot of levels. So in combining financial opportunity and the building of legacy, a couple thoughts. The Pittsburgh Pirates are one of the oldest franchises in Major League Baseball history. There is a deep pedigree for the Pirate organization, but there's also something in our world today, Mr. Alonso, to be said for being a part of an underdog and taking that underdog that hasn't won a World Series in almost 50 years back to and winning the World Series. In addition, the friendly confines of our stadium are more friendly for home run hitting than Citi Field. So everything that you've done thus far has been in not an easy home run ballpark. We are a far more home run friendly stadium. In addition, the world of New York doesn't necessarily resonate in the space of marketing across the country in the same way that Pittsburgh does. And you might go, what are you talking about? You know, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. True, but there's a lot of energy around New York, especially in the current political climate. We don't know where this is all going, but a lot of folks look at places like New York and California as very divisive places. New York, California, Texas, Florida, depending on what political party you're a part of, there's a lot of question marks about what that means to half the country. Pittsburgh does not have that dynamic whatsoever. So, Mr. Alonso, we've put together a marketing plan and concept that would not only permit you to be incredibly well compensated as a player, and not only in the marketing space, but also to further the heart, the soul, the being of Pete Alonso in a lot more friendly market, a lot more across America marketplace of Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania overall. So, Mr. Alonso, all that we're simply proposing is a 30-minute conversation with you and all of your advisors to walk through a presentation that we dare say will rock your world for how this all fits together. And I'm quite confident that the Mets, if they appreciate and loved you the way that they say they do, you'd have a contract. No Met player has ever been close to what you've done. Not Darryl Strawberry, not Dwight Gooden, not even Tom Seaver, for the dominance you have brought forward, including being the all-time rookie home run record holder, hitting 53 home runs. So, Mr. Alonso, how would it resonate with you or not to have a 30-minute follow-up conversation, please?
Yeah, we could talk. We could talk again. Curious to see what you can come up with. And you know, like you said, have my advisors take a look and see what they think. It's been nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm not hearing resonating interest. What more can I tell you? Because something's not landing. What is it, Mr. Alonso?
Well, yeah, it's a steep ask to go from New York to Pittsburgh, and you know, like I said, the money I already kind of have the money I'm looking for, so the marketing isn't really interesting to me. I do like the fact of selling jerseys, but I'm already selling quite a few, and you know.
Well, Mr. Alonso, if I could jump in, I'm not talking about marketing to sell your jersey. I'm talking about marketing to build your legacy as an all-time great American athlete. And I don't see that coming out of the Mets. They haven't done that for you. That's the plan I want to roll out so you can take your place among the likes of Babe Ruth as an all-time historic player, but instead of being like Babe Ruth in the fun hot dog eating, beer drinking kind of dynamic, to recreate the possibility of being the face of baseball. That's what I'm referring to. So would that grab you to have that 30-minute meeting?
Honestly, you know, you not really. You know, my numbers speak for themselves.
What are you,
really,
so what are you looking for then? Because you said that you were about legacy. So what are you looking
right.
for?
Well, yeah, I mean, what's going to get me to that legacy was probably, you know, a great coach, a great training staff, you know, people that keep me healthy and happy and, you know, away from trouble so I can have that longevity I'm looking for. You know, I want that community around me that I have now. And so, you know, the Mets have been great with my family and my friends and my entourage and keeping me healthy and happy. And this sounds like it would be a big change away from that.
Understood. That's why we say that we are a family in Pittsburgh. And if you've been able to stay out of trouble in New York, Mr. Alonso, you're going to have an incredible ability to stay out of trouble here. And if what you're looking for is training staff, listen, I'm going to be quite frank. I'm not going to lie to you. There's not a great differentiation in training staff between most major league teams. Everybody's on the cutting edge. We're certainly on the cutting edge. But in terms of collegiality, family friendly, we have team dinners. I don't think the Mets have that or any team left in baseball does. We have that with our entire training staff. This is a small market, closely knit. And we'd love to introduce you to what that feels like at that meeting as well, with that family atmosphere. So I know you're at time, Mr. Alonso. I don't want to push further. And how do you feel about setting up that meeting?
Yeah, like I said, I'm willing to hear what you have to offer and, you know, have my advisors, you know, hear you out. It's, you know, you seem very nice and I'm willing to give you another shot.
All right. Well, thank you for that. And shall I set that up with your agent?
Yes, please.
We'll do. All right, Paul, very nice job as Pete Alonso. given a hard time. Great job. And how'd I do as Bella Rita talking to Pete Alonso from the Pittsburgh Pirates?
I thought you did very well. This was Steve was quite demonic in this assignment here.
Yes, demonic, an unscrupulous demon is what I'm hearing. Yes.
I thought you did well. You know, I have no idea what it's like to be Pete Alonso, so you know, I did imagine going from New York to Pittsburgh as quite a step down.
Yes, so you did great, Paul. And Paul, how was your time today overall? Jeff and Steve's Heart of Influence.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was great to meet all these folks, and appreciate the fun facts and the stories and the mindset of most of the folks here that got to know a little bit.
Cool. Well, thank you for that, Paul. Great job. Let's go, Andre, from the participant seat, leading us off. Never an easy place to be. Thank you for doing it. Really did a great job. Thank you again for the acknowledgments. And Andre, how was your time today on Jeff and Steve's Heart of Influence?
It was great. I had to think on the fly a little bit when I asked Bella to play you, but it was cool because that's what you have to do. I think the role playing here was really great. Paul did an excellent job. I'm not familiar with baseball, but I could see he played the reluctant, but still keeping the idea in mind, because there is a reason why he's talking to you, right? And you are, I picked up on some of your skill set. So yeah, it was very informative. I enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully I can do this again at some point.
Amen. Lots to talk about. Thank you, Andre. Really great job. And let's go, Dominique. Thank you for being in the participant seat. Wonderful feedback from you. And thank you for your presence on this fun Friday. And Dominique, how was your time today on Jeff and Steve's Heart of Influence?
It was interesting. It was interesting. I mean, it definitely met the fun factor. I learned a lot from everybody. It was great. Like Stephen, who I'm meeting a lot of new people to do. So it's always good to build rapport with people and then learning something new about life, and it makes you think about yourself for the future. So I enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Beautiful job, Dominique. Thank you for that. Miss Bella.
Let's go. How about we go with the other Andre? Andre, thank you for being here. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Yeah, I would say it's different. I've, met different in a good way, right? I've always met people, from them just giving you a litany of your background, but this was a different way, an intriguing way to learn about, folks on the call. So yeah, I mean, I really like the fun facts and the introductions that you gave about each individual. So it was different. It's probably the best way to explain it.
Cool. Yes, congruently unique, so people become curious is the standard we're seeking initially. So great job, Andre, for sure. Bella.
And I think that takes us to the lady of the house, Patricia. Great job in the participant seat. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed being able to participate and practice my speech. It's new to me. I'm starting a new business, so it's always exciting to be able to learn new things.
That's awesome.
We wish all the best with Patricia, and thank you for sure. Let's go the evildoers who made me have to talk to one of my most beloved Mets of all time into going to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh my God. Jeff, no, amazing. These brothers are just incredible humans. So Jeff, please, your final on your Heart of Influence today.
Yeah, so being on the show, it's interesting to kind of get outside of your comfort zone, do something that, is different and unique. And also just, meeting a bunch of new people and seeing how they approach, going from, hello to yes, and just, getting various aspects of, business like that. I just find it, unique and educational. So, I'm glad that I got to meet everybody here and kind of, hear, the way they approach business and, just learn a little fun facts about them as well.
Cool. Well, wonderful job today, Jeff, for sure. And thank you for putting everybody together. You create a lot of value for people that are here because we need people to do stuff. And we got to co-create with folks to make the magic we want in our life happen. And you gave people that gift, a whole lot better than cider donuts or Capital Grill steaks. So outstanding job. And Steve, please, your final on your heart of influence today.
Well, it was a tough scenario for you, but don't forget that Paul had to answer why in the world he'd be talking to the pirates.
That's very true. That is
It's tremendous fun today, and that's the goal.
cool. Well, wonderful job. Gifts for everybody because of Jeff and Steve. Number one, October 22nd, the greatest relationship coach on the planet who thinks that relationships are a myth. Yes, curiosity present, Allison Armstrong. We've already got approaching 2,000 people that are registered for this beautiful day, on our way to 4,000 to 5,000. We're very confident. And that's on October 22nd. That is our gift for you on behalf of Jeff and Steve for sure. And a business acceleration session, fully present and available as well. In that session, will blow your mind about where you are to where you want to go. That is our guarantee. And nobody takes that session and says it's anything less than that. Got a couple other gifts as well. When you have your BAS session, I will pause there beautifully. And Bella Rita, please.
First of all, I want to say phenomenal job to the Clanton brothers. It takes a lot of energy and effort, to reach out to people and bring them onto a show for them to meet each other. It's such an act of service. And so I want to honor you guys and definitely connect with each other because that's the whole point of the show. And, if money, time, magic, if that's something that that's something you're looking forward to. I've heard a couple of you starting businesses. Definitely have that BAS session because you will absolutely take away in that session a formula to grow that money, time, and magic. So thank you all for being here. And Sean, back to you.
Yeah, thanks. And I end every show by saying something I'll say in a second. Before I do, I mean this with all sincerity. The world is very crowded with a lot of confusions about how to build, grow, scale business. And I think it is the absence of mastery that exists on earth is profoundly insane. Jeff and Steve are very masterful humans in the space of what they do. Definitely speak with them and definitely take us up when we're proposing offering to you guys, because the ability to do these things is something that we live in very rarefied territory. Right before I got on this call, I was on the phone with a publicly traded company, about to be publicly traded, going public. They've raised $300 million about creating an ecosystem partnership between one of my businesses and them at a profoundly high level. It's available. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. The ability to make things grow exponentially easier and easier over time is what's available. So, thank you for that. And we end every show by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain as the possibilities that sit right in front of all of us for that exponential growth that we are seeking sits right here so often. But at some level, Bella, Jeff, Steve, everybody on this Fun Friday with everything sitting right there. At some level, you're all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Great job, Jeff and Steve. Thanks, everybody.
Great job.
Paul, great work, everybody.